I did make a video earlier about in reference to James, but I was actually quoting an epistle of Peter, Saint Peter. So I had things kind of mixed up. I had to just re-listen to Saint James, the book of James, just to straighten things out. I was kind of jumbled in my memory. But no, James, Saint James, who was the one of the church leaders back in Jerusalem, uh, assuming before the Antioch Council and the other councils, when they were making a decision about circumcision and Sabbath keeping and all those other things, uh, because of how they were raised as Jewish children. So they still were Jews, but they had to accept the fact that God was accepting Gentiles into the faith of Christ. So they had to make a decision what kind of adherences they had to practice, those believing Gentiles. And but they were given just a few things not to do, not to eat meat that's been strangled or other things that were typical of pagan religions. They wanted to make sure they were distinct from paganism, heathen religion. So they gave them a few things to follow. But other than that, they were free in Christ, as long as they didn't, you know, just outright act in disobedience. And they were to follow the Spirit of God, which would lead them into all truth and purity. So, yeah, they accepted Christ's blood for atonement, their cleansing, and Christ forgave them. God forgave them. God forgave them in Christ for after they repented and gave up those things that they previously were doing. And he says that we shouldn't no longer show partiality between people with different economical positions, or whether even based on ethnicity, or we shouldn't show partiality amongst the brothers. That people of faith are to love each other, and we're even to love the people who are lost, who are sinners, who are not yet saved. So James brings all that up, and he puts it in practical terms that good deeds will represent a person's position when it comes to faith. It'll be reflective in practice. So that's a good thing. Faith should be demonstrated, because he says faith without works is dead. So proof is in your actions and what you say too. He mentions that we should be careful about our words, what we say, how we say it, and it should be all reflective of purity and wholesomeness, and should benefit the hearer, and should also honor God. So Saint James, he was a great apostle.